Hello students, Miss Lockhart here. Let's get started on our background. I'm going to first show you some really fun pattern samples. You may do the same and divide up your paper however you would like. To do a few different pattern samples, I'm going to try 6, and then I can choose from those to use in my drawing. Or they can at least inspire me, and then I'll have some more pattern ideas. Okay, so I just did an X, and then I put a line through it to divide my paper. You can divide your paper however you want. And your pattern can be as simple dots, a dotted line. I love dotted lines. Very fun dot pattern. Now I'm going to try some fun little triangles. You can come up with any pattern that you want. It does not have to be the same as mine. For example, what if you decided you'd like big triangles instead of small colored in triangles? It's up to you. I'm gonna try a new shape. This is just to get my pattern creativity flowing. So you can go ahead and watch how I create some fun patterns. And then in just a minute, we will start on our background. Okay, well you'll see I have done some zigzag lines, curved lines, and I even did some circles. So, now that you've done a few different patterns and you've had fun experimenting, let's start on our drawing we did last week, our line with movement and rhythm. So you will need a ruler or a folded piece of paper, something straight like the side of a book or magazine, or just fold a piece of paper a few times. Now I want to divide up the space in the background using my ruler. Now I'm going to skip over my drawing from last week because I do not want to go through it. This pattern is going to be behind our squiggly line, so don't cross over it. Okay, now I'm just dividing up my paper kind of randomly. You can divide yours up with straight lines, diagonal straight lines, any way you'd like. I do recommend having those lines cross and intersect and have fun with it. You don't need too many sections though, because if you have many sections, you'll have to fill each one with pattern. So I'm going to divide my paper up so that I have some big sections and some small sections. Make sure you're using a straight line, no curved lines, only straight. Our only curvy line is going to be that big one in the middle. Unless you have a little curve in your pattern, but that's different. I'm talking about these lines to divide up your background. Only straight lines, please. Okay, so you can see how I'm doing this. You can follow along and try to do the same shape, same lines I'm doing, but you can just make up your own too. Make up your own design and have fun. Okay, stay tuned and I'll show you the fun patterns that I do. So I've started on my pattern. I started with a dot and then I put a circle around it. And then another circle around that circle. And then another circle around that circle. These are called concentric circles when they repeat around each other. That's a fun looking pattern. Now I'm going to do another one of these over here. Remember, you can create your own pattern, your own shapes. Lines. Notice how I did try to make sure that it didn't overlap this little circle that I'm doing now. The concentric circles are behind the one I already did. I did not overlap those. It's good practice. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing here. As soon as my line hits the line next to it, it's just going to stop and then fill in the space around. So there we have it. 3 sets of concentric circles. Now what's next? I think I'll do some fun arrows. I'm trying to line them up nicely with the same amount of space between the arrows on the sides. Favorite lines is next. The spiral. So the spiral, here's a little reminder, it's like drawing a lowercase e, and then you just bring the bottom of the e around and around and around again until you're happy with the size of your spiral. Notice I'm doing these spirals similar to how I did my concentric circles, to where they are behind the one in front of it, overlapped. So I'm not crossing these lines. I'm going behind the spiral next to it. Okay, some dashed lines. So you can keep it pretty simple. You don't have to do these spirals and concentric circles. You can do any kind of line and shape you want. Up a bit, do some little circles and dashed lines. Why don't I make my dashed lines be in a pair? Well, actually, yeah, there are 3 next to each circle. So I do 3 lines, circle, 3 lines, circle, circle, 3 lines. You can create any pattern you want. You can see there in the middle, it's got the lines and the circle. Oh, look, there's this little corner down here, part of that section. So I'm gonna make sure I add something down there. Can't forget about that little part. Okay, now I am just going for it, adding triangles, filling in my space, however the triangles fit nicely. Remember, you can do your own pattern. Time for some itsy bitsy triangles that I'm filling in with my black marker for more pattern. Repeat that pattern in this section. I really liked that pattern, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. This time. I'm going to switch the direction over here too. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoyed filling in your background and making this really cool line that has movement and rhythm. Can you see it move? And do you see how the background has a lot of movement as well? All of these lines and these arrows, they represent movement as well. Okay everyone, I hope you had fun. I cannot wait to see what you made and what colors you chose and what patterns you chose. Don't forget to submit your art to me. Okay, thank you so much for participating. Have a wonderful day. Bye everyone.